Welcome back to the WTF podcast. We got Money Mowdy in the house. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Fucking there we go. Money Mowdy in the house again, part two. Last time I had him, it was like a very quick podcast. It was like we didn't we got to know him a little good, like a little bit well, but I feel like it was a little rushed too, and my, a whole bunch of stuff happened. But we have him in the house again today. Welcome back, bro. Bro, how have you been?
I've been good, bro. I appreciate you having me back, dog.
Yeah,
Um, I really like doing it the first time, bro. First time I ever had done something like that.
sweet.
Just get it rolling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely like something you have to get used to, and then that's why it's hard to get like a whole bunch of people on because it's like a lot of people haven't really done the podcast, and that it definitely you have to get comfortable around the camera, but it's just you just have to do it like over and over. And I always think, dude, the best way I always think about it is just act like it's not even like recording, and I feel like that's like how bad like it just flows better that way sometimes, because it's like I just forget about it, and then like sometimes when I'm doing it, bro, I like black out, and it's just I'm just yapping, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
and
know what
it's
you mean.
just it's like I get in that weird flow state, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but uh, but yeah, dude, no, I have been hella busy, dude, just working, grinding, getting hella podcast filmed, kind of getting on that weekly grind, trying to stay on that routine. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd always I had a steady routine when I first started the podcast, but then I had like a big fall off. You know what I mean? And I don't know why, but sometimes it happens when like you just work hella hard, and then you just have that crash out. Have you ever had those before?
Yeah, for sure, bro. But most of the time, it's just life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're not always going to be at your best or doing your best, you know? But as long as you bounce back,
Yeah.
is really all that matters, bro.
Yeah, dude. The one thing that I really like in the last because I sometimes listen to our podcast over and over again just to I don't know like it was one of my favorite ones, and I told you that like through like the DMs or whatever. But dude, the one thing I hella enjoyed like was your story of like coming from like the smaller town to like Caldwell, dude. Like I just think that shit's so fucking dope. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it's like that's kind of what you know we're all working towards, starting to at least me for because I've lived here forever, bro. So like for me, I'm trying to move away just to experience a little bit more like around the world, and I don't know. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, but it's still hella hard, because you got a whole bunch of bills to pay. Like I got fucking like 'cause this shit's not like I don't know. It's not because it's not like it's really expensive, but it was like kind of expensive. Yeah, it was kind of expensive, to get everything like started, and then with all the time it takes to edit and all that stuff, it has been like a grind to kind of get used to. But dude, I fucking love it, bro. Like it's not me complaining at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because I'm definitely blessed to do it, and it's just I don't know. I guess yeah, that's kind of what it is. I guess it's just something I have to get used to and just add more to. Because that's the thing too is that once like opportunities start to come, that's when like more work. That's when more work the more work you have to do. I don't know. I'm fucking high, bro.
Yeah, I
I
understand
smoked
what you
way
mean.
too much before before the podcast. Another thing, bro, is you have like a clothesline, right?
Yeah.
Like talk about it a little bit, because I think it's cool, bro. I want to start doing like my own merch sometimes, So whenever I hear people having their own merch, I'm like, dude, you gotta promote that because I think that's freaking fire, Because I don't know, like something like if you have a piece of clothes, like a piece of for me, I don't know if you feel this way, but like clothing for me have like memories.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you have like a piece of like you have like a shirt or something like that you got at a concert years ago, and that shirt has like that shirt represents the memory of the concert.
Yeah, I
That's
know
kind of
what you
how
mean.
I feel about like with merch. So I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's dope as fuck.
Well, it's a clothing brand I started. Me and my girl started. I don't know, maybe I'd say like a year or two ago.
Hmm.
We definitely need to put more time and effort into it, but that comes.
Yeah.
we're just busy parents and stuff. Got other
course.
stuff we're working at for right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the brand is called High as Fuck. It's just basically like, you know, for stoners, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it kind of a brand more exclusive for like everyone, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for kind of like, how can I explain it? Not just for weed smokers, you know,
Yeah.
for the sippers, for the poppers, you know, and
Right.
stuff like that, bro. But I'm also not promoting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
promoting the drug use, bro, but people are going to do what they want to do. And if people
Right.
want to get high as fuck, they're going to get high.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I can't stop that, but
Right.
shit, I get high as fuck off of fucking, you know, smoking and shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I just, it's very beneficial, and I see the benefits in it, so
Dude, yeah.
I don't hide it. But here where we're at, I feel like it's kind of harder because you can't really get that good of a reach
Mm-hmm.
because, like, here, everyone's just against marijuana, you know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
Yeah.
So people hide it a lot more.
Yeah.
So I definitely think just branching out to different states and shit
Mm-hmm.
would definitely be the move. But yeah, just got to keep working at it, you know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, now that you say that, that is a good idea. And I don't know, it's just a recent topic of mine on the podcast, bro. But because, dude, marijuana hopefully is going down to like a Schedule 3, but Idaho doesn't want to accept that. And
Yeah, I seen a post they just posted the other day, something about that Donald Trump can schedule it whatever he wants, but
Mhm.
doesn't mean we have to change it or something like that. Is with the guy. I don't know what it is, bro. I know
Yeah,
nothing
it's
about politics,
stupid.
but the guy who fucking speaks for us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because I mean,
They're just old heads.
yeah, they're old heads, and like I don't know, like I said in the last podcast, it's them like not understanding that all that propaganda that they made back in like the 80s, like they were fed all these lies that the drugs fry your brain, and like this is your mind on drugs, and they're frying an egg. Like it's so fucking stupid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And the thing also about marijuana here is that, dude, I mean, I'm not gonna say it is or it isn't, but the prison systems make a lot of money, bro. Like like ticketing people and jailing
For sure, bro. It's
people.
just a cash cow. That's all it is, bro.
Yeah. And then, but the thing is that if they did make it like legal here, they would get more. The state would get way more in taxes, bro. Like way more. Like if they had dispensaries here, they'd get way more in taxes than they would ticketing people and like putting people through fucking the prison systems. And then also, it's just that's just what it is. And then another thing too is like the alcohol lobby. Like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
people when they smoke, bro, they typically just smoke. You know, they just don't drink. So like those two things kind of combine together here, and that's what makes it impossible for it to be like legal, and it's just stupid. So it's just annoying.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
Because I'm in this similar boat, bro, where it's like, dude, I'd rather just like smoke smoke cannabis, because that's just I don't know, I feel like it's better for my health. You feel me? Because I be fucking working all the time, and sometimes I need to like chill out and like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like a workaholic, bro. Like sometimes I just be working. Like I just work all the time, you know.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you get it, bro. Trust. Like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
already on it,
no.
you know. So it's like, yeah. Sometimes when I smoke, bro, it's finally like a time to be like, yeah, dude, I can just chill, you know. But that's just me.
Yeah, not
And
for sure. It just comes down to what your preference is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people smoke, some people work out, some people drink. You know,
Yeah,
it is what it is, bro. Everyone has that one thing that
exactly.
puts them in the spot of, hey, I'm content right now and I can rest
Right.
or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I'm just lazy off of smoking, bro. You know,
Yeah.
because that's definitely not what it is. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I made the clothes brand, bro, or like, not the clothing brand, because. So scratch that, bro. I started Fuck, I forgot my train of thought, bro.
You're
Just scratch that shit.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So, like, if like when you started the clothing brand, like, what kind of made you start it, or like, do you kind of have like were you trying to speak for like the community in a way where it was like people, because they do. I know a lot of people that do drugs, bro, and like a lot of friends that have overdosed. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like that's why I speak about it all the time, because it's like it's a reality. Like, and some people hide it, like you were saying, you know.
Yeah.
So, If that brings up any.
Yeah, not for sure, bro. So my girl's a stay-at-home mom ever since my younger son was born.
Mm-hmm.
And she would always tell me how, like, she wanted to do something, something to make some type of money or just put her time into, because staying at home all the time, I'm sure it gets tiring, especially when you're just taking care of kids and doing shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the longest, I kept trying to figure out a clothing brand, bro. So I got the machines and shit before I even knew what I was going to make, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted that to be our thing,
Mm-hmm.
for us to make clothes, and then she can do it while I'm at work, and she has something to do type shit. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
But I kept thinking of so many things, bro. I remember at one point I was thinking of Paper Route for the name of the brand, and then On My Own, and then I was on probation during all this time, bro. And then I got off of probation. I smoked, and I got fucking high, bro. I got so high, and I remember just being high out of my mind, bro, just sitting on the bed, just.
Yep.
And it came to me. I was like, high as fuck. Everyone says it.
Yep.
Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And anyone I've ever smoked with, bro, I've heard them say that line, damn, I'm high as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, that's it.
Dude, no, definitely. I remember taking my first like bowl like out of a bong with like keef on it, bro, and I was like, I remember like a green, like my vision was like green and purple, bro, and I was like, that was the very first time I smoked, and I was like, oh shit, like, damn, I was just like, I did say I now that you mentioned it, bro, I did say I'm like, damn, I'm high as fuck, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
And dude, I just remember eating hella McDonald's and passing out.
For sure.
Yeah, that was like the first time I ever that was my first time. Yeah, my first experience, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it should be talked about more because it's done a lot of things. Not only does it like, I don't know, it definitely keeps like people like at bay, and it helps with pain and stuff like that. Because with like they have like a bunch of different like CBD like medicines, you know what I'm saying? And apparently it cures cancer, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
why,
no, for sure.
like, it's just a whole bunch of people not wanting it to succeed because it's always been deemed as the devil's like lettuce, you know what I mean? It's just stupid, bro.
Yeah.
And whatever, you know what I mean? I think it's like when people are entitled to their own opinions, but I think people also should have the right to do it if they decide to, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, I mean, it's legal mostly everywhere around the country other than here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not for sure. At least all the states around us, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Like even Canada, bro. Like it's just a matter of time, though. You know what I mean? But dude, it's Happy New Year's, bro.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year, dog.
Like, dude, it's fucking 2026. It's crazy. Do you have any plans coming up? Like, if you can speak about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want to spoil it too soon. But do you have any like plans for the year or anything?
Shit, for the year, yeah, bro. Music wise,
Yeah.
I'm for sure trying to drop a couple tapes, bro. At least 2, you know.
Okay,
that
cool.
that's my goal for sure. I already have enough songs to drop to. I just need to pick them apart and choose which ones match best with each other, you know, and then come up with the name and whatnot. But
Cool.
yeah, I'm trying to make some videos to those songs, you know, just drop more content. Last year, I feel like I did pretty good on content. It was the first year I ever really got into doing content and reels for myself. Because I'm not going to lie, bro, at first, I didn't even want to do it because I thought it was like some TikTok stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it, bro. If you want your shit to be out there, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Even if you feel some type of way, bro. And yeah, I need to just shoot more reels, but I've been pushing the homies, bro. I'll be asking any of the homie, bro, hey, pull up with me, just shoot this reel real quick. And then we'll pull up to like the gas station and we'll hop out, and then he'll be like, right here. I'll be like, nah, we're going inside, bro. You know?
Yeah.
And some of them do it, some of them don't, because, you know, I understand, bro. Just, it's like the same thing about shooting the pod, bro. You just got to put the fear away, bro. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you just keep thinking like that, bro, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I used to think, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first started the music, I was scared to show people.
Mm.
Now it's like what I try and tell people,
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
because if I want to be something, I have to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not saying that I'm a wannabe, right?
Right.
Nah, but if my dream is to be a rapper, then I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I rap, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
So I have to say that I can't not tell people. I can't hide
Dude.
that.
Dude, that's awesome. I think that's really cool, bro, because I try to do the same thing where it's like, dude, if you have a hobby, even people that draw or like paint or something, I'm like, dude, do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if that's what makes you happy, you can really succeed in that thing. And I think drawing, painting, and even making music they're all in the same kind of boat, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because people really have that passion, but some people are afraid to take that that step. And I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. With anything, you can always go further, bro.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love drawing and you want to take it further, you can become a tattoo artist, or you can start, not saying graffitiing, but there's so many people out there, bro, that'll pay you for you to draw on their walls or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can always make something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the passion, bro, they say do what you love until it starts paying you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep rapping, and I'm not going to give up until it becomes my main thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even then, I'm still going to have different things.
Of course.
Like different baskets I'm pulling eggs from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, that's smart.
Because that's what you got to do. But for right now, just, you know what you want, and God gave you that vision for a reason. So as long as you keep at it, bro, you'll be blessed at some point. As long as you're not doing wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, yeah, for sure. Dude, that's amen to that, because it's like people tend to forget, like, because I always say all the time, you just gotta plant something, you know what I mean? Like something like a dream or a business or a relationship is just like planting a seed, you know what I mean, and watching it grow and tending to it or not tending to it, and like that's how kind of it all works, in my opinion, because my mom's like a gardener, you know what I mean, like she grows a whole bunch of stuff, and that's kind of how I think about like all that stuff, in a way where it's like you kind of have to, and I'm trying to learn how to do it myself, but tend to a whole bunch of different plants, and this thing needs this at this certain time, and it's just like crazy, you know what I'm saying? And learning how to navigate through all that is definitely a process, and I'm young and I'm still learning, and just trying to remain humble too, because it's like a lot of opportunities can come and go, but just, like, I'm sure you understand, but just always working and always staying humble, because that's number one, in my opinion, bro. And I think it's so cool that you do teach people, because a lot of people don't have that, like, role model. And I tell people all the time, trying to be a role model it's not easy, bro. And I've learned how to hopefully, like, be that kind of role model for people out here, because it's like it's a niche community,
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. And speaking of role models, bro, that's kind of what I feel like my role is, bro. Like,
yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, when I first started with everything, bro, I was deep in the streets, right? And I remember speaking on the last podcast about one of my mixtapes, More Money, More Problems, and I had the greater sign to More Money. And that's why I changed my name to Money Maori.
Yeah.
Because before that, it was Maori 13, bro, and I have kids, and I just kept thinking about it, bro. Like, damn, I don't want them to look up to me and be like, my dad's a gangster, oh, my dad's a cholo,
Yeah.
I want them to look up to me and be like, my dad's a businessman, he's a hard worker, he's a loving father, husband, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I changed the gang shit, put money, and then that's why I rap about making money, investing, progressing, changing.
Dude, that's
right?
awesome.
Because I want to be that person who goes against the grain, bro, because that's basically what I'm doing. Everyone else here and a lot of places, bro, because in the rap scene, what gets big is the gang shit, the drill shit,
Yeah.
That's not what I'm on, bro. I'm trying to make money and show everyone else that we can live a better life just because you're put in a certain spot. certain environment doesn't mean you can't come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah.
For sure.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. That's great. That motivates me because it's like it's the new year, and that just fires me up, bro. Like for real, because that just gets me fired up, bro. Like,
Yeah, and that ties back
oh,
into like the TikTok shit, bro, because
yeah,
some people see that as like, oh, you're corny, or I don't know, bro, like you're not as manly, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But
yeah,
to me, bro, it doesn't matter, bro. You do what you want to do. If it's right to you, it's right to you, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's why I started doing it, bro, because I don't care what anyone thinks, you know? At the end of the day, I wanna pass away knowing I did what I wanted to do, and I pleased myself, and I did what I wanted for my loved ones, right?
yeah,
Did what I had to, at least.
yeah,
Because, bro, if you're going to please everyone else and do shit like everyone else wants to, you're not going to
Dude.
get nowhere in life. You know what I'm saying?
dude, yeah. That was the biggest lesson I learned last year, bro. Is like kind of investing into yourself more. You know what I mean? Because I've spent a lot of time with like people and kind of investing into them, if you will. And then last year, I kind of invested more into myself and tried to, improve my skills and stuff like that instead of trying to like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like be a person for everyone else, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So then I learned a lot last year because if you invest into yourself, that's like, yeah, it might be a little narcissistic or you might think it's like not good, but dude, you learn a lot when you start to invest into yourself and start to learn more and more instead of, I don't know, because I don't know, I've spent a lot of time through different avenues, and I definitely feel like kind of going solo dolo sometimes is better, bro. Like and just for everybody too, because yeah, it might be a lot of pressure to handle a lot of shit, and it is a lot of pressure to handle stuff, at least for me. You know what I mean? But with that being said, it's like I think it's better because you just learn a lot more, and a lot more doors can open up in that way because you don't have to bring a whole entourage full of people. You know what I mean? And my goal, at least, is to become a comedian. So that's kind of my goal. And it's similar. It's similar to rapping, but in a way where it's like not. But you're still on stage, like trying to entertain. You're still an entertainer at the end of the day when you're a comedian, but it's just a lot of pressure because it's like it's almost coming fruitful, in a way where it's like I built the foundation I needed to show my personality and stuff like that, and because I've written hella jokes and stuff like that, so it's almost about time I start going and doing stand up and shit like that. So that's kind of my thing, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Not for sure. Like you were saying, bro. Shout out G Perico. He has this one line. I'm not sure how it goes exactly, but he says something along the lines of, "When I start winning is when I start focusing on myself." And that's true, bro. I think about that, because it's true. Once you start focusing on what you want, and I'm not saying don't care about the ones around you, you know what I'm saying? Obviously care about them, but think about what you want. I want to take care of my kids. I want my wife to be good. I want to make it in this. This is my dream. I'm going to focus. This is what I got to do, Focus on your goals. Focus on yourself. Sometimes you do have to stay out the way.
Yeah, dude.
Because it's just how it goes, bro,
Dude, no, yeah, low key, I'm learning a lot, bro. Like that's a lot. Like I feel like a lot of times, me personally, I do kind of tend to like over like celebrate my wins. You know what I'm saying? But I think more this year I need to actually like celebrate more wins by getting more wins. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that's heavy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting from you, bro. I'm low-key taking notes, bro. Like like that's fucking, it's knowledge, bro, and knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, it's just I always appreciate when people come on and spit game for people because wise words were always told to me, like games should be sold, not told, and like for you to to tell me some of the, like some knowledge like that, It's definitely important, bro. So that's why you're on here, bro. That's why I have to document everything, bro. Because, dude, yeah, you have knowledge, bro, and I think it's dope. Like, I think it's cool.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, you can always learn. There's nothing wrong with learning, bro.
Yeah.
Learning is good, bro. That just means you're getting one step closer to whatever you want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the more you know, the better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and I read books, bro, and I listen to audiobooks and I read books, and I feel like with doing that, it kind of whenever it just calms my mind down too, because when I have to edit and like be here at this time and do all this, it's like you get it, bro. It gets fucking tiresome, bro. So when I can open up a book or just jump into a story, it's nice to just. It's one of those things where whenever I kick back, it's like, all right, cool. I can learn something. I'm learning about fucking history or whatever the case may be, and that's what I tend to do when I have those downtime days.
Yeah,
So.
no, for sure, bro. Like I said, you can always do more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the coolest part about the whole. Just the whole like dream thing, because it's like you always have room to grow, and that's why I always tell people, like, once you start, just don't stop, because you can always learn and you always get better and better and better, and that's the most important part, is just getting better.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you want it, kind of ties into focusing on yourself, right? If you want it, you got to do it. Because no one's going to do it for you, bro. Ain't nobody going to accomplish my dream for me. Ain't nobody going to shoot my reel for me. Unless I ask them to and they're giving me a hand. But, if I don't put out music, what am I going to shoot to?
Right.
If I don't have anything to work with, what do I expect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everyone has dreams, bro, and I believe that. I believe that everyone at some point or one point in their lives wanted to be something that I'm not saying is outrageous.
Yeah.
But something that's like, they feel like is out of their reach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everything is accomplishable. It just depends on how much effort you put into it and how much motivation you really have towards it, bro. At the end of the day, it's really about passion. And then I hear a lot about, like, talent doesn't beat
work ethic.
Yeah, work ethic or something like that.
Yeah.
And I believe that's true, bro. But if you have both of them, if you have talent and the work ethic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, you're golden. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's true, bro, because you only got you, bro, at the end of the day,
Dude, yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah. It's hard. It's always been hard for me because I've always had work ethic, but I never knew, and I always, like, I was like you in a way where I always have it in multiple, like, I always have my work ethics in multiple baskets, you know what I mean? And it was great when I first got the camera and all that stuff, because then I kind of like zoned in, then I focused on kind of one avenue. And dude, I'm glad I did, because it's been such an experience since I quit my job and I just started doing this full time, and then I had to get another job to kind of fuel it, because I didn't realize how expensive it was, you know what I mean? So for months I was just living off of like fucking like retirement funds or whatever the fuck. And then I was like, damn, I have to get another job. Well, I have to get like a job to kind of help pay for everything, because I have to pay like subscriptions and a whole bunch of bullshit. But dude, I do it now I've been almost doing it every week, and it's a part of my routine now. So now whenever I feel like I don't do it, it feels weird. You know what I mean? Like, do you usually like hop in the studio and like record just to record, because it's just like something like, I don't know, because like that's how I feel like a lot of people are. They just go in and they just talk, or just because it's like just because it's what they do, you know what I mean? Is that kind of how it is for you, or do you just kind of have like up and down times when you record and stuff?
When I go to the studio to record, bro, I usually already have planned out what I'm gonna record and shit,
Yeah.
So I already have it made. I'm on it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Cool.
If I get an hour of studio time, bro, I could bust out like 3-4 songs. They just can't be mixed right then, but I can bust them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
But when I'm writing or when I get in the zone, bro, it could be any day, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I just usually to get on the zone, I try and hop on YouTube and I scroll through like thousands of beats, and then I'm freestyling through them. It's not good, and then I finally hit one beat that I freestyled through, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Or it's when I'm in a mood, bro. Like if I'm feeling some type of way and I got time on my hands, bro, I'm gonna go jot that shit down, you know?
Yeah.
And then comes out into a masterpiece or whatever, you know?
Sweet. Dude, no, that's cool. Because a lot of people, I always like asking that question because a lot of people's, like recording versions are different, if you will. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it, like, but they always, their versions or just their routines of recording is different sometimes, and that's why I like asking that question, because some people don't write at all. Some people just go in there and just start yapping, and then like it's just, and then, or some people write down songs and boom, that's a song, and then they just kind of write a bunch of songs and never, not necessarily record it, but don't have like a beat to it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's always a fascinating question for me to ask, because everyone's styles are different. You know, that's why it's cool to have artists on here to kind of talk about theirs, because it's just like, it's just cool, you know?
Yeah, I think I always find the beat before I write the lyrics, but I find the beat through what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You know, so I know what I want to write down and I know what I want to make the song. So I look for a beat according to that, and then I make the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I already have like basically a gist of what I'm gonna write.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. No, that's sweet, bro. And fucking, yeah, dude, it's just I'm gonna have like a lot more artists lined up for the podcast, and it's just I'm glad to have you back, because, dude, it's just, I feel like you have like that good that work ethic, you know what I mean, and that just that ability to never stop grinding, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's good to have you back on the podcast in the new year, because it's like, dude, it's gonna be a great year for us youngins coming up, because it's like it's our time to shine. You know what I'm saying? I truly do believe that, bro. Like, I really do believe that it's our time to shine, and we're gonna catch major dubs this year, brother.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro. Probably one of my favorite compliments right there, bro.
Dude,
You know,
yeah.
and yeah, bro. I hope this new year brings a lot. That's why I wanted to do the podcast, start off the year right. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
with the
man.
little interview and shit.
Dude, yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, yeah. And it's just sweet because, it's just sweet to get you back on, because, dude, I think you're one of the like, I think I told you this in the last podcast, but you're one of like the better, like the more niche sounds out here. You know what I'm saying? And I think having a niche sound, dude, is the way to make it, because that's your sound. You know, that's the, like, that's just, that shit's just, you can't make that shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's why I feel, I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything, bro. Like, it's just, that's why I think it's dope, bro, because you have like a niche sound that people can, you know, be like, oh, like, who's like who sounds like that? I don't know. Like, it's just like this Money Kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's the coolest fucking shit, because then like that, like, because a lot of people don't have problems, but a lot of people do. But a lot of people have problems when they like take like certain like aspects from people and integrate it to their music. But I don't see that in your music, bro. I really do feel like it's like a certain, like, it's just like that, a certain style that you can't make up. You know what I mean? So that's why it's cool to get you on, because, dude, I just, you know, always see a bright future in those kind of artists that can develop a certain sound and like their own sound, you know? So it's just cool. And you're from Caldwell, bro, so I'm like, that fool's my neighbor. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's just cool as fuck, bro. So, you know, it's just, it's just awesome, bro. It's just awesome to get you on here and get the evolutions, if you will, like the evolutions and the revolutions of you, bro, because it's gonna be awesome, bro. It's gonna be exciting, bro.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think we have a few more minutes, bro, but it's just I mean, it's just, I don't know how else to end the podcast, but if you did have anything else to like help promote, I guess I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back full circle to the Highest Fuck brand, bro. Do you have like any plans to do like any like sale, like any new designs or anything? Like, do you have any plans in that avenue? because I'm hell interested in the brand, bro. Because I'm like I think it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. Yeah, my girl and I are always cooking up designs, so
okay, cool.
definitely. But I can't speak too much on that. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know how she'd feel about it,
No,
but
no, you're good. You're
yeah,
good. You're good.
when you got a business partner, you got to roll like that. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Hey, yeah, dude,
Uh,
yeah.
I try and like keep my name away from that, just because my name brings some sort of attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And I don't want it to associate anything with that, because
Okay.
this brand is for everyone. It's not
Yeah.
for whoever likes me or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool. And I just think it's unique, bro. You know, and I that's why I want to put like a spotlight on it, if you will, because I think it is unique in its own right. And me personally, I'm trying to promote green, bro. I'm trying to promote like
The
Idaho
legalization for sure,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It has
legalization
to
of
happen,
green.
and it will, but just these old heads, man, you know,
Yeah.
is only thing holding us back, bro.
Yeah, dude, it really is, truly. But yeah, bro, fucking, it was. I think there's like a podcast coming up soon, but bro, it's just great to have you on again, dude, to bring it back up again, because the last time I had you on, bro, fucking, my uncle passed away or whatever, and that's another reason why I guess I'm kind of emotionally attached to that pod, because I had to make no excuses, bro, because even if my uncle passed away or whatever, I still came in and filmed, and that's another reason why I guess it's an honor to have you back, bro, because it was a good podcast, bro, and I learned a lot from the last podcast. I'm sure I learned a lot from this podcast, and I just appreciate you coming on, bro, and just being game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you having me on, bro, and I appreciate all the viewers who watch.
Yeah.
Appreciate people who listen to my music. You know, I'm trying to grow that audience a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Trying to hit 1K this year, bro, on Instagram, or past that, way past that, you know. But that's my goal as of right now, bro.
For sure.
Just trying to grow as an individual and as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll leave you with this for content, bro. Fucking content, bro. Consistency is king, bro. Like if you can cook a bunch of stuff like in a few days, or in a few days for like a couple weeks, that's the best way to do it, because it's like you can always post something. You know what I mean? You can never, and it's you have to kind of like say fuck it too, because it's like content's hella hard, because you have to also find like the certain algorithm, you know. And that's the most important part of staying consistent, because then that way, you know, it starts to find the algorithm of where to push your content towards and who to push it towards. So I'll say that, yeah, like for content, just stay consistent, and you'll eventually, dude, one will just boom, you know what I mean? And that's how it's called, like the event horizon, if you will. And that's just kind of like how content is, and how the whole social media thing works is you just got to stay consistent, and then one day, boom, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I'm working towards, is that event horizon, so that way, you know, yeah, that's that way fucking, I can help, like, because another saying is like high tides raise all boats, you know what I mean? So, that's just how it is. You just gotta stay consistent, whether you're sick, whether you're freaking you're tired. You know what I mean? That's the hard. And dude, I know you get it, bro, because you've kind of had to do that for a while. You know, like having to work hard to fucking feed the family and shit like that. And that's something that I can't relate to, but a lot of other people can. And so I think it's cool, bro, that you can also do all this other shit on the side. You know, so. Yeah, that's kind of how it is with content too. Is just fucking, it's another thing to add on the list of shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, it was good to have you back on. And if you guys made it here, shout out you. this was like honestly one of my greater podcasts I've had, and it's always a learning experience when I'm around this freaking guy. So
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
dude, yeah. So yeah, it was awesome to get you on, bro. And
Thanks, Doc.
dude, whenever we'll get you on again in the future, bro, because I always like to seeing the evolution. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, if you've made it here, shout out you. What the fuck is going on?